everyone. Welcome to TMI with Laura, a podcast where we talk about fun things like music and how it happens and how it works. So sometimes I interview my friends who are on the back side of the stage, but today we're going to talk with my friend who's very much in front of the camera and in front of the stage. Any chance you get, right?
Yes. Or if they don't give me a chance, I manufacture a chance.
You do. You do. Oh, I have to fix your name here too, because I don't have your little like fancy O in your name.
Oh no,
Hold
don't
on.
worry about it. This is
Oh,
the
I worry about
diet
it.
version.
The
Yes,
diet version? I love that.
yeah, it's the diet version of my name.
Diet Dovydas. You got to say it too, because I screw it up every time.
It's Dovydas. But it's fine
Dovydas.
because America has
That
so many
sounds
different accents.
no, but that's Dovydas. You say that, that sounded really good like that.
So funny.
So good. But I mean, that's got to be annoying too. Like when I used to work for a Danish company, no one could say the Danish names properly. And so then they just kind of like be like, oh, it's fine. Just call me Chuck when their name was like not that. And so I feel like that's probably really frustrating.
I appreciate any amount of effort. So it's not the result. It's like whether or not they put in the effort. Or they even ask second or third time, So it's like, yeah, that's indicative of care, But if they're like, oh, I'm gonna call you Douglas, I'll just walk away.
I'm gonna call you Douglas.
I don't want to be friends with you. I don't. And they clearly heard me say it 2-3 times. I'm like, I'll just call you Douglas,
Yeah, and you're like, but that's
And
not
like, no, you won't,
No.
because I will not be there to answer.
I will not be there for you to call me the incorrect name. Dovydas is so much better. But then, like, yeah, we sometimes call you like Davi or like,
no, it's
Dovydas,
Southern American accent. Yeah, there's like different affectations of American English that gets adapted. So.
But you've been when did you move here to the U.S. of A?
In 2012. Yes, 12. They predicted that there would be at the end of the world that year, and it didn't happen. It got rescheduled.
Fun story. It got rescheduled to 2026, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we are fast tracking to that. But okay, so and you came from Lithuania, which
Lithuania.
Are you excited to be here as opposed to in Lithuania?
Well, you see, so I could have been doing music everywhere, but anywhere. But I wanted to do American music, and I wanted to do American music in America because I was so impressed, and that was the whole exposure to the music was the American music, and the 50s blues and rock and roll. So, and it was all of the recorded stuff I heard was recorded in America. So like I had to be here, and then I think like now that I'm understanding the components of how the world is made. I can see how a hyper-capitalistic society would commodify anything in a very efficient manner. Therefore, if you make music only in an environment like this, you can actually make money from music versus what you record a song in Lithuania. Like, no, there's like no system. Forget it. What? And it becomes a hit. There's only like 2 million people. If every citizen of Lithuania listens to the song, it's what, no, that would be considered a career failure. That many listens,
No,
I don't know.
well,
So
but that's all in frame of reference, though. So when you moved here, you were a big fish in a little pond in your 2 million fish pond, right? And you were like playing all the time. And I think you were on Eurovision, which I really want to talk about that. And, playing the blues and playing guitar and just like tearing it up. And then you came here. Was it like, oh, shit? Or was it like, yes, I'm finally here. Let's go.
No, I want it. Yeah, I knew because like the ceiling in Lithuania in terms of music career, as in any European country, to an extent, is very visible. You can see the ceiling. In America, you can look up. It's like, wow, you can't you can't see the ceiling because it's just sometimes there is no ceiling in terms of opportunity. You can just keep going. So yeah, I was like really excited. New information, new people, new environments, the way people interact with each other. There's a warmth in the culture, the language, the addressing the when you address a person and you say you, that is not. There's two versions in most European languages. The sir you and then the
Mm-hmm.
casual you. And Americans, there's none of that, So it's
Oh,
like it
wow.
just even the way you speak affects the way you see the world. So all of a sudden I went from this, like, you meet someone in Lithuania and you have to figure out if you're gonna like kiss their ass now, or you can just be casual with them. And in America, even seeing videos of somebody interviewing the president at the time, and they're just saying you versus like two versions of you, where it's like
Wow.
there's use and then there's tu, that's at least in Lithuanian. So it just, I don't know.
Which
And then,
one
hey,
is
how are
which?
you? Tu is like the casual one. Yeah. And
Okay,
then
I figured.
use, it's like, you know,
Respect.
so,
Okay.
and even it's not even in the Lithuanian culture to do hey, how are you to strangers. You walk into
Oh,
7-Eleven and you're like, how are you? And then you can oh, I just picked up my car from the something something. And then they are like, oh wow, what should I, and it's like gonna start, this conversation's gonna start. It doesn't happen like that in South of America, at least,
it doesn't?
maybe some
So,
other
like,
stuff.
you just go into
No.
7-Eleven and it's just like no one talks to each other and you get your gummy bears and you're like, "I'm out. No
I'll give you
contact."
one better. There's no 7-Eleven.
Well, I
There's
wondered,
no
but, I was just gonna didn't wanna
no.
assume.
When you look at people, it's more of like, why are you looking at me? Even you look at the politician pictures in America when they take portraits, or like school board or teachers, right? Everyone's smiling. You look at the same photos in my no one's smiling, because the display of emotion is considered weakness. You don't show that to strangers. It's like,
Right.
to display emotions. It's like this intimate thing. It's 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 layers there. There's like Soviet trauma, I'm sure, generational war trauma.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. All of that.
yeah, that affected all of that.
Yeah. So no smiling. Okay. Yeah, that's not fun,
Yeah.
really. So, yeah, I guess there is that generational trauma and sort of long-standing cultural trauma that would thus prevent people from being warm and fuzzy, but, it's also like how much of that is ingrained in just the general culture, you know? Even taking out the generational trauma and all the other stuff.
Yeah, I don't know what makes where it comes from in the United States. Uh, Greeting strangers.
That sounds
Yeah, I
weird when
really
you
don't
say
know.
it like that.
No,
Like,
but
"Oh,
it's like this.
hello,
Everyone takes it for
strangers."
granted. Yeah, or yeah. It's
But
like, how are you?
okay, this is really interesting because for those, because I've done an abysmal job of introducing people to who you actually are. So, fun fact. So this amazing artist that you are listening to right now is a guitarist and he's a singer and he's an instrumentalist. He plays all these different instruments and things and got his, like, I don't know, claim to fame, we'll say, for now, by going out on the street and engaging with strangers and being like, "Hey man, you want to play a song?" And they would get up and knock his socks off. But like, you build loops, you play all these different instruments very well, and then these people get up and sing, and that has led you to go viral. Yes, the shaker is out several times. But like, that's a huge thing. Like, how did you just, if you're not inherently going to be approaching strangers just based on how you live and how you were raised and whatever, and then you come here and it's like the complete opposite. Did you cognitively or like think about doing that, or did it just kind of morph into that?
There's expectations the way things should be done, and I suppose when you play music, and then there's a stage, and the stage is about this high or this high, and then there's speakers, and then sometimes the auditoriums have chairs, and that means when people come and listen to you, they're going to sit, and they're going to be quiet, and they're going to play a song, and then they're going to clap. And if they talk when you play a song, it's kind of weird, right? And it's
Yes,
this
yes.
this this expectation of what it should look like, and okay, well, what does that look like if it's successful? What if it's successful? There's a theater, and there's a name on the marquee, and then they like get ushered in, and then they sit down, and then you play this recital style, whatever, and then they clap and you get pictures. And it's like there's actually so many more forms to perform and have a moment with the audience. And I was 19 when I came to the United States, so I was the menu of what I thought the way you should perform music is limited. And it's fine because you're 19.
The menu. Yes. 19 is crazy young.
Yeah, I had kids menu. I still had the kids menu, right?
Yes, chicken nuggets.
This is how you perform, and this is how you perform music. And then, okay, well, clearly you're 19. No one knows you in America. No one cares that you were on television in your home country. Whatever. So you play bars, and bars have like a stage that's foot high, right? And then, how's everybody doing? And then you say, there's a happy hour, and then you announce things. It's like, oh, there's a dynamic where your speech from stage not necessarily should match the environment where you're in, but now I learned that it actually should match, and actually but I'm much older. You should draw attention to the awkward.
God. Yeah. That's the method? Yeah. I'm so screwed. Okay. Draw attention to be awkward? Wait a minute. No,
not everyone can
to
do
draw
this.
attention.
No. So this is just my flavor. This is how I figure it out.
Do not flavor. Yes.
Yeah. Do not do what anyone else is doing. Always do you. But what I've it's like, so environment informs the ecosystem, and then environment informs the way you interact within that ecosystem. So I did bars, and I did some smaller festivals, and there's always this idea in every performer and every musician of this success once they arrive, once they made it. This mythical country of made it.
I know.
Arrived.
Did you get to made it yet? Yes, and it is glorious.
Yeah. And I tell you a secret. Nice. Now I will tell you the biggest secret, that it doesn't exist. It's like Narnia, okay?
It does not.
And there is no made it. And it's like, and it took me years to figure it out because I was so fixated on how it should look like. And then it took, I'll tell you this one phrase, it took me 10 years to arrive to it. If why is strong enough, how doesn't matter. So I was so fixated, and so many is fixated on how. So it means I want to do venues. I want to do 500 to 1,000 cap venues, and I want that to be sold out. And I want the lights to look. This is how it's going to look. This is how it's going to sound. This is how it's going to feel. This is how I'm going to dress. And it's like, okay, what if you scratch the how, right?
Yes.
And that pandemic was such a catalyst to scratch it. I was already like dabbling. If like, okay, what if we just like throw away the how? And it's like, why? And then internet helped to transform that, because my 50,000 people stadium was anywhere.
Yes.
Anywhere I play for 3 people there, and I film it. And it's not even 50,000. It's like 100 million views.
2.13 million subscribers on your YouTube channel.
Well,
I'm just saying.
You're right.
I'm just saying.
No, but like subscribers like count less. What's more impressive to me is 800 million views on the channel.
Yes.
I think it's 800. 800 million views.
I'm on here right now. There's a lot of views on there.
And then the pandemic and the lockdown, it's like, the how really doesn't matter. Just why do you do it? And it's like, okay, well, why do I do it? Well, because I love playing music, and I love playing music with people, and I love engaging with people via music. And I have to like shake off the old ways of believing and thinking, because even though it is a creative pursuit, and the discipline and the art of it is creative, when it gets populated, when it becomes its own ecosystem, it does the rust and moss that grows on it, that is perpetuated. Well, this is how things are done. And then even in the most creative fields, it happens with several generations. Well, this is how we do it. And the way you do it, you write a song. There is a song. You tell people about the song. You play the song. Here's the song. And then they clap. And then so it's like, and that now I'm doing clinical research here,
Yes,
anthropologically speaking.
highly.
I'm like,
Yes.
I'm on the brink, on the edge of new frontiers in terms of what it means to perform and interact with people. And you know what I figured out for me? From the moment the camera is on, that is the performance. Even
Yes.
if I mess up a song and then we end up just talking in the middle of the song, that is unscripted reality TV musical. That
Oh, there you
is
go.
a skit that I did not write, that just happened within the environment. If anything becomes the theater and becomes, and then I was so fixated on, learning guitar and singing and instruments, that you don't even value these other things that you develop with time, which is sense of humor, warmth, funny. And those also are a sort of like, in a hyper capitalistic society, a commodifiable traits that make someone a TV host, that makes someone an
Exactly.
MC, and then I've been hired for events where they fly me out just to hang out and just to be
Yes.
me. I've been hired for events just to not even host, but just kind of like,
I did
I've
that for
done,
you at Shore. I brought you out to the brand ambassador thing because it was like, yeah, I
yes.
gotta have Davi here because like I knew that I had such a mixed room full of people, and some were going to be super extroverted and some were going to be introverted, even though everyone that came was in front of a camera on a regular basis. I knew that I needed your energy there to help, really
Thank you.
take things over the top. So that's why, yeah, I
Thank
totally
you.
get that.
I don't know. It's like, human interaction is the highest form of art, because any other form of art, whether it's a painting, a song, is merely a shadow of that, right? Because it captures either this nostalgic memory or a moment, or based on a true story, or this song also is based on a true story or something. But it's like the actual moment is the highest degree of art, I think, with people. And then the fact that I get to film it and record it, and I really don't know, there's no plan. And then I did something crazy, Laura. I
Oh,
did, so
can't wait to hear
normally
this.
normally I need a location to set up, right? I need to like
Right.
plug it in, and I need a location. And sometimes I have batteries, so it's like that's I don't need a plug. I got this cart, and I ordered too long of a cart by accident, and just to like lug stuff around to the setup location. And I'm like lugging stuff to the setup location, and I'm looking at the cart, and it's like, wait, I could put everything in the cart. And I did. I put everything in the cart, and I was mobile, and I was in
Whoa.
Nashville, and I did all of Broadway and the Second Street in about like 3 hours. So I put the loop together, I play, I drag it, or someone recognizes me. I'm like, can you drag it to the next slide? And then I'm walking, and they're dragging it to the next slide.
Oh my
And I did
gosh.
that. And it's like,
I
that was like the next degree of interaction, because normally the interaction is contingent on whether or not they're going to sing or play guitar. Now it was
Yes.
contingent, can they drag my
Can
cart?
they move my shit? I love that.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's it. I'm gonna be mobile from now on. You're gonna see, this is the biggest evolution of what I've done artistically in the last decade,
I love it.
because I'm mobile now. Yeah.
Oh, he's mobile. Look out, everyone. Just for those who are not watching the podcast, I just want to set the stage for you. Okay. This gent is not only like amazing as a musician, but you're just like a powerhouse person in general. You're tall, you have this long blonde hair, you're ripped, and then you just take the stage and take it over. So I think that that's part of the thing. Cause I remember the first time I met you, I think it was at the NAMM creator event. And
Yes.
Sean Daniel was like, "Oh, you want to get up on stage and sing with Davi?" And I'm like, "Who the heck is that?" And then I see you playing, and I'm like, "Yes, I do," because that looks so fun. And so to have you be mobile too, like now you can engage with people. I love that statement that like that's the performance, that's the art is when you can have that interaction with people and have them see that what you do is legit because I've been a part of it. I mean, yeah, we'll like workshop the song or whatever for like 15 seconds before we're actively recording it. But like if you look at the video we did on this corner of Chicago streets, We literally
Yes.
talked about that song for just a few minutes and then did it, and that's why your stuff is relatable and real.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be Laura's original song.
Yeah!
Ooh, Lord, it's gonna be something.
Can we pretend that this isn't over? Can we pretend that I'm not standing here alone? Can we go back to where this began, when we were only friends and nothing more? And I know this is how it's gotta be, but that don't make it any easier to move on. And I know that we'll make it in the end, but I'm wondering if until then, can we pretend? Can we pretend that none of this happened? Then I can go back to being who I used to be. Can we start over? Forget all about it. Maybe then I can finally be free. And I know this is how it's gotta be, but it don't make it any easier to move on. And I know that we'll make it in the end, but I'm wondering if until then, can we pretend? Can we
So when people are watching his stuff, don't be like, oh, that's all staged. It's not. It's not. I mean, granted, you know that there are some singers in the audience that you're going to pull up. That is part of your secret sauce. However, not all the time. Right?
Yeah, I'll ask them. I'll if somebody wants to sing, and then or freestyle, or if they want to play guitar, or even if they have like an idea and I can make a beat and make up a sound or a song, and then yeah, you're
So,
right.
all right. So, New Frontier is you pulling your cart around or having minions pull
Yes.
your cart around.
Yeah. I want to set up in Venice.
Okay, that makes sense. So, and you're based in
Not
California.
even set up. Yeah. I live in here. I'm here now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I live here. And
I
so
live here.
you do have the weather working for you, which is nice. But so that's what you
Yes.
think you're gonna focus on for the next little while?
Just so I have like real things. Real. Yeah, still, you see, still the old mentality of like, oh, I'm gonna play on the street for strangers. This is not serious. I have real things. I have
Okay,
real
Trump.
career.
Really, they're
Oh.
huge, big things.
Huge. Yeah, it's. I guess I've been doing this for long enough where I've acquired fans over the years, and now they want this sauce in person. And I've been getting invited to just interesting, strange places to perform for people in my way, not in the traditional sense. I don't have to learn a set list. There's been some even like very corporate situations where everyone's a fan and everyone knows that this is not just a musician. You're going to be on the video. You're going to get invited. You're going to interact with him. So I'm almost like, I think they're like hiring me as a TV personality that does music.
Totally.
You know, it's been happening. And festivals, when the format is right, I've been getting invited to be me. I'm flying this summer to Germany, and it's called Wacken, but it's spelled with a W.
That's right.
Wacken.
I saw the video for that, and I was like, yes, I want to go to that.
They're like, film something, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll just be me. And they reposted it. It's Jesus, these people. I'm just, this is at this point is an experiment. It's like, how much can I get away with being me? And no one is stopping me so far, which is very funny.
Which I very much enjoy about you a lot. Is one of the things is that you are who you are, and you don't change that. I'm sure there's like the on-camera persona that you'd kick it up a few notches, but even when it's just like us having a conversation, you're just very silly and fun and warm and great. And so I'm sure there's like the dark side of Dovydas, but but for the most part, I love that. And I think that's why you get hired to do these things, because people are realizing that there's a certain shtick to it, but it's also a lot of it is you, and you are able to be you. And that's also part of the beauty of this whole world that we're in right now with content creation as a term, because people can bring their authentic selves and have it be their brand, which is super trippy in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I was worried about AI, and now I'm not worried about AI, because anything that AI makes is a derivative and a clone.
Yes, exactly. There is only one you, thankfully, because we don't, AI would screw it all up. All right, so real things, that you have going on. So you released an album, Rockstar Problems, which is exciting. An actual CD. There it is, folks.
Wait.
I know.
I gotta angle it. Wait, which way?
He's angling it in the camera. An actual invoice from an ex, outlining all of the things that you were billed for. Grievances upon termination of the relationship.
Totaling at 40.
How much? $42,000?
$43,500.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. So I met said person, and it is very interesting in this climate that we live in, like I said, with this creator world, that there are truly people who believe that they can file grievances for lost time or whatever the hell was on there. I have a copy of the CD. I'm very
have a copy.
have it. I do.
We can go through it. We can go item by item.
Let's not. I don't even want to give them that much air, but on my show for 27 people. But honestly, like, it's just insane that was something that was delivered to you, and I hate that for you, because you're too kind of a human to have to deal with that. But you did get some good art out of it.
It brings me joy when I hand the CD to someone and they read it and they laugh. You see, because it's transformative. It's like, okay, here's a token of this event, right? And it's not fun. And now, okay, you take the same token and you slowly, gradually change the meaning of it, of what sort of mood it brings you.
So you make them
Changing like
laugh.
well, it makes them laugh, you know. And then
Yes.
the art itself, because the album is called Rockstar Problems, it is not about the sender. It is about the receiver, which is me, which is the meaning is like, it doesn't matter who sent it, what kind of person would send it. It's more like, what kind of a lifestyle or what level of normalcy do I have to receive this, you know? Because the
Oh.
joke is Rockstar Problems, even though in a conventional sense, not even close to being a rock star. But thanks to the internet, thanks to this influencer economy, I am blessed to have all of the classic, not all of them, Rockstar Problems, you know?
Yeah.
Rockstar problems with no simple man solutions. Mama, I am a rolling stone. I got old-time glory in my childhood illusions. Dad, I'm the king of rock and roll.
But yet here you are on the other side of it, theoretically. And, you know, finding hopefully more meaningful connections that don't end in an invoice, because yeah, that's frustrating. But I think along the way, what I've noticed about you is that you have developed kind of a network and a community of other like-minded musicians and creators, which I think is super fun to watch. Like, you just went out on tour with Mia Asano. Got to play
Yes.
guitar for her, which she's such a badass. So tell me about that and how being in this new world and this new normal, what that's like to make these new friends and connections.
Well, I call it musical Avengers. Yeah. So Mia went on tour and she needed openers. And I was the opener for the last 2 weeks of tour. So I did a lot of Midwest, different places. Do I remember the names of the cities? Yes. In the chronological order? Yes. No.
No, no, he
but
does not.
yeah, I knew because the way Mia toured, it's very is the way you tour when you have a band and, like, you know, more people in the van, and any night you don't perform, you don't make money. So it's very back to back, and that's not how I tour, because I'll just get an Airbnb, stay somewhere for a week, and maybe play on the street for 3 people, and then I go to another city another week. But
For
most
3
musicians,
people, that's a lot.
yes, well, and then, but Mia's tour was like planned, booked, tickets sold, promoted, and I'm like, okay, I definitely, I went for a few reasons. First of all, I needed to see Mia's first solo headlining tour. She's
Yeah.
been in other projects. She's been in duo capacities touring. And when I first met her, I already knew that she should go solo. And she did. And now I got to see it. So that's one reason. And then another reason is, like, this style of touring is exactly how I wouldn't do it, but I want to see it, what it feels like. And
know that I don't want to do it like that.
it makes you a better performer, because it almost becomes a boot camp, because you have this 1 hour slot every night, boom, boom, boom. Because normally I play like once a week or once in every 2 weeks, and then I hang out. But when you have similar cities, Midwest, you know, Columbus and Cleveland, I wouldn't say it's like cultural opposites, like, you know, Milan and Madrid, or, you know, very vast
sweet
cultural
flex
difference. You
there.
know,
I really like that. Yes. You know, Cleveland to Milan. Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway.
Cleveland to Milan is like, you know, Cleveland to Columbus. It's
not a
so
huge
you get to play the
diff.
same. You play the set, and you get to adjust it every night. and I knew that's what would happen. I would get just better at like, I already know this song is gonna work, this
Mm-hmm.
song's not gonna work, this joke is gonna be really funny. Did you know that Ohio is where when McDonald's launches a new product,
They test
or
it
any
there.
of the corporate America, they test it on Ohio
You
because
know,
Ohio
they
is so
they said
average.
that. I lived in Ohio for 5 years, and I had heard that, so I was excited. I was like, "Yeah, bring on the test stuff." I didn't see any of it, but I believe it. I mean, but I can't say that, like, when I think of Ohio, I think of it as like, "This is normal middle-class America at its finest." You know, like, I just thought of it as, like, some of the best people I've ever known in my life lived there, but it was just, like, people, more people in a different spot. But, yes, I can understand what you're saying, and you would have to kind of tweak accordingly based on the room you were in and the town and
Yeah,
city and all
because I
that.
had no set list. I literally just like I get up on stage. Me, I was like, "What's the first song you're playing?" I'm like, "I don't know." So I get up on
Great.
stage,
Great.
like I'm just winging the whole thing, and I was winging it, very hard.
Hard. Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to be doing that tonight for a gig, actually, which is kind of how I roll these days because I just suck at having enough time. But it's okay. It's going to be great. It's an all original show, so I can play all songs that I
Hell
know.
yeah,
And if I
that's
mess up, no one
cool.
else will know. So it's going to be great. It's going to be good.
What if there's no such thing as a mess up?
Oh,
What
I
if
like
that
that
is the
concept.
authenticity of in-person and performance?
Well, that's totally true. And I guess I never really view it as like, oh man, I totally messed up, except when I completely forget where I am in one of my songs that I wrote or the chords for the bridge. That is truly a mess up in my
Uh-huh.
mind. But then, people love it. They like the realness. I like to think. I could
Yeah.
be in completely
I,
deluding
I've
myself.
been
Wouldn't be the first time.
I mean, I would suggest trying to practice this very, very radical approach that the unrepeatability of the moment is kind of like the pearl in the clam. That is the jewel and the value proposition, and that is the sauce and then the
Sauce.
secret, the gravity of like what makes the moment special, as opposed to I was really inspired when America has been doing culture and commodifying it successfully for since the dawn of whenever.
250 years.
Andy Kaufman.
Oh,
Andy
yes.
Kaufman. It's
Love
not
him.
for everyone.
He's not, but
But
he was a genius. Yeah.
so, and I was gonna say I was talking to David Letterman about this, but it sounds so
Such a
bad.
name drop. He actually was. That's the greatest part. We got to talk about that too, how that came about. Anyway, so you're talking to David Letterman about Andy Kaufman?
Anyway, I was just in New York and I'm just talking to Dave.
Talking to Dave, as one does.
No, so what it turns out, what drew him to become my fan was not just the music, but also like the personality aspect, which oftentimes artists devalue because we didn't practice it. But it turns out we practiced it, but with sheer living, we just didn't notice. We just didn't consider it practice.
No, because it's ourselves.
Yeah.
But then we don't know
It got
that
developed.
that they see it and they see us and they like that for whatever reason, which is great.
Yeah. So it's like, that sort of like style of sense of humor and stuff like that, so it turns out that I used to think it's all about the song, and it's so not, I
The
was
artistry.
so wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's so important when you say to stop focusing on the how and focus on the why. That's at the crux of like everything in life, really. In business
Kind
stuff,
of, yeah.
all the stupid corporate stuff that I have to live and breathe sometimes, it does come down to the why. Why are we doing this? Why are we making this product? Why am I putting out an album? Why am I playing these shows? That like it all comes down to the why, because if you're just doing things and bouncing around haphazardly, like what's the point? So I get that. But yeah, there's so much more to the artist side of it than just the song and the art. And I think some of the most successful artists and musicians that we all respect and know and love have really obviously leaned into that. You know, like if you think of Lady Gaga, she is the ultimate persona artist and also just true performer. You know, like she's a whole thing. And then when she gets off stage, she's probably not the same person.
Yeah, there's definitely a technique where it's borrowed from either the circus or the theater tradition of costume and makeup, or even alternative personality, or enhanced persona. And then I try to apply these things to the way I think of how I want to execute it, or do a presentation. I don't know. There seems to be like at least the humans almost have these niches in their mind for archetypes, and they sort via this system of stereotypes unconsciously, and they do listen with their eyes a lot. I realized that one.
Yep.
So it's like, okay, if I'm getting this, is kind of like this feedback signals I'm getting about this, and I am actually from Lithuania, and my name is that, so maybe there's like something to the
Are you saying you're
the
exploring the vampire Lestat as your next persona?
No,
Is that what you're trying? Is
not
that what you're
even-
announcing on
no.
TMI with Laura? Is it?
But my bio does say that I'm the last known heir to the throne of Lithuania. Now,
that true?
it has been disputed.
Oh.
It's been disputed. There's legal battle about this, but I just choose to ignore it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I'm English, like 100%. So I guess, I could say that I was heir to the throne at some point,
Yes, definitely.
I feel solid in that.
Yeah.
All right. We've talked about several interesting topics and things, and I just want to thank you for being on this crazy oversharing show that I am able to produce because I have really cool friends. And I think that people should check you out. Dovydas. That's just your name, your social handle. It's not like
That's it.
Dovydas music, right? Dovydas.
Well, it's Dovydas music on different platforms.
D-O-V-Y-D-A-S.
But if they
Yes.
type in into the search, it'll come up, Yes. Or my album, I said, what did I say? And I got everyone laughing. I was like, my label just landed an exclusive contract for retail, so you can get my album at any Goodwill
Yes.
at the $1 bin.
See, but
Right?
the self-deprecation, man, it works for you, but like it shouldn't because you're great and you're so freaking talented. You've played on a couple of my tunes, which I'm honored to say, and I hope that we get to do that more often. And
Many times.
everyone should check out Rockstar Problems, not at the dollar bin at Goodwill. They should go and buy it, stream it, and download it, and watch all of your videos because they are wildly entertaining. And yeah, I think it's so cool to get your perspective on this crazy new frontier that you are one of the champions of, this whole new world of creating music on your terms and writing one-word emails and just doing your own thing. So thank you for being on TMI with Laura and sharing all your cool knowledge with us.
Thank you for having me. This is much fun.
Much fun.
No, yes. I think it's correct English. Can you say much fun?
No, you can't say much fun. I mean, you can
Oh.
say it.
Mm.
I think it's the
I like-
best.
I
ringing
spent
endorsement.
so long learning English and making sure I sound correct
You do.
that I almost like erased the naturalistic affectation that the way I would say it. So I'm slowly reverting back, and then I'm saying things wrong.
Much fun is amazing, actually. I'm going to put like as a quote on my website, much fun, Dovydas.
Because English is funny. English can be very funny.
It's impossible. Can you say something in Lithuanian?
I can say that like how like you close out a show and you thank everybody for listening,
Yes.
So ačiū visiems mūsų klausytojams, kurie klausė šitą podcastą kartu su Laura. Ir prisiminkite, nes muzika yra menas ir menas yra muzika.
Oh my gosh, I hope that was really nice because it sounded cool as hell. So thank you. That is so nice. Thank you. I am fascinated by language and tradition and culture, so I appreciate you doing that and sharing your brilliance with us. So that was my friend Dovydas, Dovydas. You can go to imdovy.com to learn more. That's I-M, not I am, imdovy.com to learn more. Subscribe to him on YouTube. He's got a lot of videos on there, so just prepare yourself to go down a rabbit hole. I'm not responsible for how much time you lose listening to him and watching his brilliance. But he's such a great person, such a great artist, and I'm very grateful to call him friend and to have had him on the show. So if you haven't already done so, please head to tmiwithlaura.com and subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the newsletter, make sure that you stay up to date so that you know when each new episode comes out. Ideally, every other Wednesday is when I like to put them out, but life can get in the way. So I'm so grateful that you are here, and I appreciate you, and I hope you'll share it with some friends. But as always, thanks for listening.